The Influence Tribe, episode number 23.
Treat your link like gold. Because it is gold. It is. And not just to say, well, just, give me the link and I'll get back to you when I get time or whatever. I won't do things that way anymore.
If you want success in internet marketing, you just have to follow what real internet marketers do.
Now, what do I have to do to get you into this website today?
Right here, you're going to learn strategies, tips, and inspiring stories from up-and-coming internet marketers and current rock stars. Welcome to the Influence Tribe, presented by your hosts, Miguel Fuentes and Scott Lindstrom.
Nice, huh?
Hello, everybody, and welcome tonight. This is Scott Lindstrom, and you are on the Influence Tribe show. I got to tell you, we are really grateful to have a returning guest on tonight. We have Miss Jessica Daniels, aka Freedom Fighter Daniels. Now, before I go ahead bringing out our guest tonight, I just want to say, if you happen to be listening to this on our podcast on the Influence Tribe, we want to thank you for listening, and make sure you head on over to iTunes, like, subscribe, and give us a 5-star review. And if you're watching this on the influencetribe.com, we want to welcome all our viewers out there. And before we kick this off, I just got to ask, Jessica, are you ready to become a massive influencer tonight?
I am ready, Scott. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Jessica hails all the way from Detroit, Michigan, where she was born and raised. And now she's living over in Pontiac, Michigan. She got started in the industry back in 2014, and the same year she found MLSP. She is now currently L3, which means that she is a leader within My Lead System Pro, and she's on the leaderboards. So congratulations to you on your success on that. And her primary method for generating leads has been through Facebook. So we look forward to hearing about that tonight. But before we bring her out, I want to jump on over to my co-host and friend, Miguel Fuentes, that's hanging out over there. Miguel is going to go ahead and tell you what the Influence Tribe is and how you can be a part of this awesome community and hang out with great people like Jessica. So, Miguel, take it away, sir.
Yes. I always say yes. I always say yes. Say yes until you just possibly cannot. Just say yes, because that's just going to open so much more doors, so much more into your life. Welcome, everybody who is watching. We are the Influence Tribe, and we are here to help you create more influence in your business and in your life. Now, what is influence? Influence at its core is leadership. It is leadership. It is becoming the leader that you see in your mind. It is becoming the leader like Jessica, who's crushing affiliate contests right now, living the dream, working her business full time, and really coming out here to show you how she's doing it with Facebook. So that's what we are. That's what we're about. That's what we do. We come here to help you grow your business. Now, if you do want to find out a little bit more about us, get to know us a little closer, there is a button to the side of this page. If you're watching this on the influencetribe.com, there's a big yellow button that says, yes, I am ready to get results. I am ready to start working with a leader who knows what they're doing and can show me how to do it too. So as soon as you're ready, go click that button. It could be now. Could be in 5 minutes, but it'll happen. And I just want to give you guys a quick reminder. Scott and I we built this project from scratch. It's taken us, we're in our second year now. And in that time, we have done over 50 plus hangouts, webinars, trainings. We know what we're doing, guys. We have the experience. We have the backing. We're very good at this. And if you want to find Jessica's original episode, because she's a returning guest, which I'm so grateful for, because she's so awesome to come and spend time with us and share her expertise and knowledge, check out the Dream Team episode number 15, and that's from 2015. That's the year that came out, because that was our first brand, was the Dream Team. And we started with 6 people. We're now down to 2 committed warriors in our business, and we're taking it to the next level. So we decided to rebrand, reset, and go forward with the Influence Tribe. So welcome. You're here hanging out with us. Congrats. You're in the right place. Jessica, for those that do not know you and are not as familiar with you as Scott and I are, come out and share your story. How did you get into the business? How are things going? Just come out and let people know who you are.
Great. Awesome. I'm so excited to be here. It's such an honor to be back with you guys. I'm just, you guys are doing such amazing things over here with the Influence Tribe. Is so cool. So yeah, my name is Jessica Daniels. Like Scott said, I'm from onlinewithjessicadaniels.com. Yep, I am from Detroit, Michigan. And I tell you, I am from a blue collar background. I have no entrepreneurs in my family. So, I'm from the typical 9 to 5, get a job, go to school, go to college, get a job, and just do the 40, 40, 40, work 40 years and retire on 40% of what you couldn't hardly get by on, when you were working. So there was a time in my life I honestly just thought that I was just born to be, average, mediocre, and that's just the way it is. That's life, right? Until I found this industry. So yeah, it's possible for anybody, anybody can accomplish anything they want, which is it's absolutely amazing, right? So I found the industry in 2014, the beginning of 2014. It was a little direct sales company, and I just as a hobby, I thought it was really cool. It was candles, and I signed up, and I'll never forget my first commission. It was like $14, and it was from my aunt. My aunt had purchased, right? And I thought it was so cool. I'm like, oh my goodness, I seriously I can make some money from home in the comfort of my home. I had no idea what network marketing was. I knew about Tupperware and Avon and things like that, but I didn't know that there was like multi-level marketing, you know. So it was so awesome. I was like, I can do this, right? And so I tried doing this. And I mean, I did it all, you guys, right? I did it all. I did posting flyers all over town, putting my business cards everywhere, trying to have home parties, trying to have online parties, putting my products all over Facebook, putting them on eBay, putting them on all these other sites, and all this really, really hard work. I mean, like really hard work, like footwork, you know what I mean? And I didn't get very far doing that. So I was like, God, there's got to be a better way. I started finding some training. I hadn't found MLSP yet, but I did get like a coach and a mentor. And I did join a company that was similar to MLSP, nowhere near what MLSP is, but it folded. I couldn't help but to find MLSP. I mean, it's all over, like, all the big leaders, anybody that's really accomplished anything online has probably come through My Lead System Pro, or, they may still be with MLSP. So that changed everything for me. MLSP did, right? I immersed myself in the training, and I just studied every leader that accomplished anything. I studied them. I mean, I would go back into their archives of when they started and just study, study, study. And there was a time to where I got into the study mode. It was just study, 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 and not take any action, right? And I think a lot of people get stuck there in the study mode.
It's like
Go
that
ahead.
idea. You have this feeling that you have this feeling. You're like, I don't know that I'm doing this right because I don't have any results. When really you just need to push through a little bit. Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So definitely, I was all over the place, right? I wanted to learn everything. But yeah, so when I really honed in and decided on I want to focus on one thing and really master it, things started to change, when I really started focusing on one particular thing. I mean, not only with, say, like a strategy, but that is also with learning, right? You want to learn one thing and don't bounce back and forth from learning Twitter and then learning Facebook and then learning blogging and then learning this, then learning that. Learn one thing and really, really master it, and then run with it hard. You know, you got to be willing to really run with it hard, right? So that's what changed for me. I really started focusing on Facebook and generating leads, right? You know, since then, since I've been with MLSP, I've ranked advanced a few times. I'm L3 now. I just crushed it in an affiliate contest with Justice Egan. I was in 8th place. And that's because I decided to do that. I made the decision. I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to do this no matter what it takes. And I'm going to work hard to do it. And I did. That's what I did. I focused on it, worked really hard on it, and accomplished a lot. And that's what it takes, is a lot of focus, right?
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
absolutely love that. And I definitely have a question for you. First, I want to say congrats on finishing 8th in an affiliate contest of that size, because there was some seriously major marketers in that competition. And to place 8th place, guys, I don't know that everybody that's watching or listening has a scope of what that means. It's huge. It's really big. So Jessica, for folks that are, you know, just getting started, or they've chosen one strategy, they've chosen something to focus on, what is the correct amount of effort that they can put forward and expect to see results? Because I feel like that happens to a lot of folks. You know, you jump online, you expect you're going to post on Facebook a few times, you're going to learn some and you should be getting results, but most people don't. So what's
Yeah.
the right amount that they've got to put in to get it?
I mean, you know, Miguel, anything at first, especially when you're in a launch, especially when you first start one project, and that's it too, one project at a time, you know, build it. And to get that momentum, you know, things that are in motion stay in motion. So you really have to hone in, focus, and really work your face off. Like, literally, at first, you got to take massive action. You really do. I mean, wouldn't you agree? Like, at first, especially.
Absolutely. That's the time to strike. That's the time to get very active and just go for it, because that's where you're going to see the most productivity out of yourself.
And at the same time, I mean, continue to get better and better, right? Learn communication skills, stepping into a leadership role, right? So many people, they stay kind of on the timid side. They stay on the I need help side. They stay on the I need to ask questions side. They stay on that side. But you at some point, you have to make the decision to step into the leadership side and be resourceful and find your own answers. And, you know, I've had people on my team that still don't know the back office after a year. Things like that. You know, it's like you really have to step into the leadership role. You know what I mean?
What advice do you give to budding leaders, to somebody that's looking, they're serious, they're doing the results, they're learning the softwares, they're doing all the things? What are some of the critical points you can tell them to, like, listen, if you do this better, you'll be more of a leader? What are some of those critical things that they can do to step into that leader role?
Yeah. Communication, definitely your communication. Ask better questions. If when you are having a conversation with somebody, you know, a potential prospect, definitely you want to keep control of the conversation. Ask good questions. Don't drill them. You know, don't just go in there and question. You know, because they're going to feel like they're getting interviewed. But my process is, you know, I will compliment, and then I'll ask a question. Then I'll compliment, then I'll ask a question, right? To keep the conversation going. But communication skills are so important.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been referred to here on this particular podcast. It's been referred to as social intelligence. Just really listening to your prospect, listening to them, helping them find what's really going on in their business, and giving them some tips maybe up front. You know, for the times, I'm just curious, Jessica, as you've been in the industry for a minute, what kept you in the game when you were working your face off and not getting paid for it? When you had, like, when you were getting $14 checks, like, what was it? Like, what was the dream? What was the vision that kept you wanting to move forward?
I just, you know, Miguel, the business model is so awesome, right? You can work from home. You know, there is absolutely no cap on what you can do. You know, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. And just that, knowing that and having the belief that I can do it. I mean, anybody can, right? It's just, yeah, it was the faith that I know I can do it, the belief and the freedom. So yeah, that's what kept me going,
Awesome.
still keeps me going. I still have down weeks, down months even. I plateaued at L2 for almost a year.
Wow.
I'm like,
Wow.
well, I got to do something and break through. So it
That's awesome.
happens. It happens to everyone.
It really does. I mean, you've got to have the fire, right? And the passion.
Yeah.
How do you work on yourself every day? I know that you must be doing some personal development on a regular basis, because I know the people that don't do personal development, they're not in the game anymore. So what do you do to work on yourself on a daily basis?
Affirmations are huge in my life. I'm constantly telling myself I am powerful, I'm a great leader, I have value to give. I tell myself these things every single day. Gratitude. I keep a gratitude journal. I'm grateful. I tell people I'm grateful for them all the time. I let my team know that I'm grateful for you guys. I wake up with gratitude every single day.
How do you help new people discover their value? Because I know that's kind of a thing for a lot of, especially newer marketers. When you come into a space, especially like online marketing, where if you're doing it right, the right way, as in with My Lead System Pro, you're inside of My Lead System Pro, which has a ton of value for you on day one. But the goal ultimately is for you to become the leader, develop your own value. So how do you help somebody that's new, or what advice do you have for someone to discover their own value?
Everyone is different. Everyone is on their own level of belief and how they feel about their self. I basically just try to really drill into them that they have value. They can learn anything and they can accomplish anything they put their mind to.
Is that just through like demonstrating through them, like, hey, keep working on what you're doing, you're going the right way?
Well, yeah, sometimes. I mean, and then you have some people that are maybe they're just not doing enough, or maybe their passion isn't strong enough. I'll just keep telling them, do some personal development. You got to really dig deep into, do some self-examination. It's hard to learn about yourself, to find out exactly who you are and what you stand for, what your core values are, and, what you're put on this earth to do. Some people have a hard time finding that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're going to get right back to our show. But first, just a quick important announcement.
Hey, what's going on, Influence Tribe? Do you want 2017 to be the game changer in your business? Then you need to attend this event called Live the Dream in Austin, Texas on August 11th through the 13th. This is an awesome 3-day event where you can learn from multiple 6- and 7-figure income earners. Now, right now, you have the opportunity to save up to $200 with the early bird special price. It's very simple. Just head on over to ltd.theinfluencetribe.net. That's ltd.theinfluencetribe.net.
Are you getting tons of value?
Oh, yeah.
See, we told you. Be sure to head over to iTunes to like and subscribe.
That is a huge difference. It stops being work at that point, when you've discovered that you are doing this for a reason and you have a purpose. And this what you're doing, your marketing, you're sharing your value, it drives that purpose, and it just becomes fire. It just becomes, I cannot wait to get back out there. I can't wait to share some more. That is how do you recommend that a newer marketer get started, or even like a marketer that has very little to no results? How do you recommend that they get started? Jessica, where you recommend your new team members start? Now, everybody has a bit of a different take on this as far as where they recommend they start. And if somebody is outside of your expertise, where do you send them? What do you do with them?
Okay, that's a great question. Outside of my expertise, and that is, so common because, none of us marketers know it all. None of us, right? You got your Twitter experts, and you got your Facebook experts, and you got your bloggers, and you got, and you should never try to be the jack of all trades. ever, ever, ever hone in on one thing that resonates with you and really master it. So that is the beauty of MLSP. That is the beauty.
Absolutely.
Right? I have people that maybe they don't want to put their face on camera, so they can just run ads on Facebook, right? And if that's not my expertise, I say go into MLSP and it's there inside of MLSP. Now, really your question though was where do they start? The start here button inside of MLSP, right? But if it's just a marketer, maybe they're not in MLSP, I think the best thing is if you want to do it online, is build your audience. Build your audience, engage your audience, and then sell to your audience, right? The 3 steps. Yeah.
Absolutely. That is absolutely fundamental, is just to build it, engage it, and then sell to it. Sell to your audience. Make sure that, well, honestly, in my experience, I've noticed, and this always just comes from, you see posts on Facebook or anywhere where a certain leader or certain somebody can get hands raised with a single post, right? They can just they can make a post and say, who wants some? And 50 people are going to go raising their hands saying, I do, I do, I do, I do. And then you see other folks try to do the same thing and they get zero response. Zero. I mean, none. And really, in my mind, it comes from the things you do in between that. In between the time that you can say you started and the time that you make that post. Like, what did you do? Did you create content? Did you place yourself in the right position? Jessica, this is my question to you. Like, how does somebody come to that point where you can get people raising their hands? What's involved in creating that kind of authority, especially with Facebook, because it's the largest platform to be marketing on?
Absolutely. That is such a great topic, because you get people that come in and they compare, which don't compare. Everybody's on their own journey. Everybody, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, right? It takes time. There's really, I don't think there's any way around that. If you want that kind of engagement, you want people just, at your beck and call, raising their hand, right? That takes time. But you got to build your audience. You got to put value out there, so much value, and study, right? Become a person of value, become a person, an authority, become the leader, become the go-to expert. Yeah. So all of that, it takes time to get to that level.
Absolutely. I even heard a quote. I think it was on one of the My Lead System Pro morning wake-up calls. If you guys don't know, wherever you're watching this, My Lead System Pro has a wake-up call podcast, which is phenomenal. And I forget who said it this week because I tune in every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern. And it was, if you want to become a six-figure earner, become someone who is worth 6 figures. That is just so telling. That's vital. And how do you do that? You become the authority. You become the master of a space, whatever you decide to do. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I know Scott has a bunch of questions he's going to ask. So watch out. Grab your seat. Jessica, just grab your seat and hold on because these get pretty brutal.
Jessica, what would you say is your proudest moment in your business so far?
L1 was absolutely huge, right? The letter that they send you this letter and it's, stand up, do a leader dance, and they recognize you. It made me cry. Like, the letter made me cry. It was amazing, right? That's a huge accomplishment, right? So that, I have to say that L1 was a very proud moment.
That's awesome. And for everybody that doesn't know, L1 happens to be the first leadership position within My Lead System Pro.
And it is the hardest leadership level. If you've been around for a while, it is, I don't want to say that it's impossible, because some people can hit it in a week. Some people can hit it in a day, depending on where they've been. But this is the level where you develop yourself, where you develop into a leader. And that's why it's considered the hardest, but even though it's not really that hard, but it is amazing.
And you're right. Like, I've had students that have taken them 9 months to a year to hit L1. And then I've had people that have hit L1 in, less than 30 days.
Jessica, what is 1 or 2 of your favorite quotes?
Oh, good one. I really like pain pushes you until a vision pulls you. I really like that because it's so true.
I think that's a Ray Higdon-ism.
It is. It is. Ray Higdon says that a lot, but it's originally Michael Beckworth. Michael
Ah,
Beckworth.
gotcha.
Awesome. Higdonism. I like that.
Yeah, I love it. I love that.
Jessica, what is one habit that has helped you become successful in your business?
A habit. I would have to say my affirmations and my gratitude every single day. I just embed into my head that you are valuable, you are a great leader, you are powerful, you have what it takes. That really, it's really helped me a lot.
If you want to go back to episode number 15, all you got to do is just go to YouTube, type in The Influence Tribe, go back to the Dream Team, episode 15. That was the first question I asked you, was your DMO. Can you give us a broad overview of your DMO? Because I asked you, hey, what do you do from Monday to Sunday? Can you go ahead and elaborate just a little bit of how your DMO is now compared to what it was then?
Sure. I actually, that was so long ago, over 2 years ago, so I don't really know what my DMO was at that time. But now it is, I make sure I write to my list. I make sure I get my affirmations in, I get my gratitude in, I connect with new people. If I didn't generate any leads that day, I will connect with people and just say, hey, I got this great marketing newsletter. It helps a lot of people. I'd love to get it over to you. What's your best email address? And I'll manually put people on my list daily. I post on Facebook, and I will pick one thing. What do I want to focus on, today? Or what do I want to focus on this week? What do I want to promote this week? And then I'll go all in and promote that one thing.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Leaders are readers, as they say. So what is one or two of your favorite books that you've read in the last 6 months?
A really, really good one that helped me to really understand attraction marketing is Magnetic Sponsoring by Mike Dillard. And then another one that I really enjoyed in the last 6 months would be Start With Why by Simon Sinek.
What is one of the best pieces of advice that you've ever received as related to your business?
Best piece of advice. Well, I've received a lot of great advice, but a good one I think would be to be really, really greedy with your link. To treat your link like gold, because it is gold. It is. And not just to say, here you go, here's a link, get back to me when you can, right? If someone says to me, well, just, give me the link and I'll get back to you when I get time or whatever. I won't do things that way anymore, right? Because I don't want to be the person that's constantly, hey, did you get a chance to watch that video yet? Hey, did you get a chance to watch that yet? Right? I don't want to be that person. So that helped me a lot. I'm like, I don't do it that way. Let me know when you can watch it, when you have time, right? And I just won't just give it out.
You keep your authority that way as well, and it just demands posture because it shows them like, hey, I don't need you. If you decide that you don't want to do this, then great. If you're just pulling my leg and wasting my time, you'll come back.
Yeah,
and I love that answer, Jessica. That's huge.
Yeah. And not to be addicted to the outcome, right? There's plenty of people I can help. There are plenty of people that are serious about their business and want results, right? So yeah, that was huge. That was huge for me.
Jessica, do you have a favorite phone app or program that you use on a regular basis that you'd like to recommend to our audience? Kind of like similar to Evernote.
Trello. I use Trello to organize.
Can you explain
my weeks.
Can you explain what that is?
That is, it's like a calendar, but you can plan out your days, your weeks, your months, and you can color code everything, and it keeps you on task. Trello, Trello.
Before we get into our last and final question, I want to turn this over to Miguel. Miguel, do you have any final questions or statements or anything you want to add?
If you're finally ready to start getting results in your business, now is that time, click the link if you're watching this on theinfluencetribe.com. Get behind the scenes, come hang out with us, come lock arms with a leader like Jessica and Scott, and let them show you how to get results in your business. And I don't know if it's been mentioned before, but a leader can cut down the time it takes to learn a skill dramatically. Instead of trying to figure it out on yourself. How do I build this website? How do I talk to people? How do I, set my stuff up and do it right? A leader has already done it. They know what works. They know how to get you there. They know where you're at. So guys, take the $10 test drive, click the link, take the $10 test drive, lock arms with one of the leaders here. Let us show you exactly what it takes to be successful, and let's go and do it. Let's get out there. Let's take action. Let's do it. That's all I want to say. That we are the Influence Tribe, and I'm going to start getting all fired up and start screaming stuff. So I better turn it back over.
So this is the $1 million question, Jessica. Are you ready for this?
Hit me with it, Scott.
You've lost all your income, but you have all the knowledge that you currently possess. If you had to start all over again, what would you do in your business to start getting immediate results?
For immediate results, okay. I would start talking to people. My communication skills have skyrocketed, right? Since I started. My posture, my authority, it's all improved so much. And it's something I work on every single day. So yeah, I would, for immediate results, you got to talk to people. I would just start talking to people.
Would you do that through Facebook, or would you actually just go crazy and just start talking to people out in the street?
No, it would be through Facebook, because I promote to people who already have a business and they want better results. They want to leverage, right? They want to market as a professional online. So I would definitely target business owners on Facebook and talk to them.
Awesome. Folks, I want to say thank you for joining us for this episode, and be sure to head on over to iTunes, subscribe, and give us a 5-star review. You are a product of the 5 closest people you hang out with, and tonight you've been hanging out with Jessica Daniels. We want to thank you, Jessica, for coming on out. God bless you, and have a great night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us today at the Influence Tribe. All right, here's what you got to do. Run, don't walk. Over to theinfluencetribe.net for recaps of every show, training, and helpful resources. Make no mistake, your internet marketing success is waiting for you. Head to the website and prepare yourself to become a massive influencer.